we're going to talk about board breaking setup or board breaking process. So what's a process? Someone tell me what a process is. Alex.
A step to step, like kind of like a tutorial or how you do like a setup of like a certain something.
Okay, how many of you guys have ever built a Lego set before?
Oh.
Okay. When you open the box, once you open the packages and scatter all the Legos, what's the first thing you do?
Get the book.
You get the book, right? Now listen, my process for Legos is I open them all up. Guess what I start doing? No, I organize the pieces. So that's part of my process. So as I get the book, I put all the yellow pieces together, all the red pieces together. I get the long skinny pieces versus the 2x4 squares versus the 4x4s. I separate it so that I know if I need a piece, oh, there's all the piece of this color at this shape. That's my process. I do that every Lego set I ever open. Does that make sense? Okay, so what a process is, it's a series of steps that you do over and over again to get consistent results. Does everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wrote this down earlier. So this would be like a board breaking basic process. You may want to add to this, you may want to subtract for this, but I'm just going to give you kind of an overall. So number one, what's number one? Read it. Board setup. So I'm going to make sure the board is at the right height in the right direction of where I want it to be. Does everyone understand? Okay, so now we're going to break wood boards today. Is wood easier or harder than rebreakable? Easier. Why?
There's more ways that you can hit it.
Correct. It doesn't have to only be broken in the middle. Okay? But I do have to break in line with the grain. Does everyone understand what I say when I say grain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, right now, if I hold the board like this, which way is the grain going?
Up and down.
Up and down. Okay? You see all the lines?
Yes.
That's the grain of the board. Okay? So if I try to do a side kick, so which way does the side kick go?
Sideways.
Sideways, but the lines are up and down. Does it make it easier or harder to break?
Harder.
Harder. It's not impossible, but it makes it harder. If the grain is going sideways and my foot goes sideways, now is it easy to break it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so this is part of board setup, along with height and those type of things. Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, what's number two?
Two, sir, is that
Visualize.
Visualize. What's visualize?
Picturing something.
Picturing in your mind. Okay? Has anybody read the book, The Psychology of Winning? Great book. You need to read it. All right. So there's a quote they do in there. There's a story they tell in there of a basketball coach. Has anybody heard this before?
Yes.
Okay, a couple of you guys have. There's a basketball coach he wants to get his players better at free throws, shooting free throws. So he splits the group up into 3 groups. The first group, they get to leave right after practice. So whatever normal free throws they do in practice, that's their practice. Does that make sense?
Yes,
They
sir.
just get to leave. The second group, before they're able to leave the gym, has to shoot 25 extra free throws and make them. So once they make 25 free throws, they're allowed to leave the gym. The third group is not allowed to shoot at all, but they have to go sit on the bleachers and they have to close their eyes and they have to picture what they do to shoot a free throw and they have to visualize the ball going in the net for 10 minutes. And then they're allowed to leave. Okay? He does this for 1 month. At the end of the month, he comes back. What do you think happens to the group that only shoots free throws in practice?
They're terrible.
No, they're still good because they're still practicing. So they stayed relatively the same because they're still shooting their free throws in practice. What about the group that had to shoot the extra 25 free throws?
They got better.
They got better, so their free throws got better. What do you think the group that had to visualize happened?
God did nothing.
They did the best. So when they went to shoot, they actually had the most improvement, even though they weren't physically doing the techniques. Do you understand? So this is the power of visualization. If I close my eyes and I picture myself breaking that board and I picture the correct technique and my body going through it, I'm going to set myself up for success. Does everybody see that?
Yes,
So
sir.
visualization is always a part of my process. Number 3, bowing strong. I'm happy you guys can read my handwriting. You can obviously tell this is not my handwriting. That's my handwriting.
That's probably Mr.
All right,
Neal's.
So, no, this is actually Miss Neal's, his sister, because she's got
Oh.
very pretty handwriting. All right, Mr. Neal's would be like chicken scratch. All right, so bowing strong. We already demonstrated how to do the bowing. All right, number 4. What's number 4? Read it.
Bowing
Yellow
strong.
before.
So 3 is balanced strong. 4, yell before. Number 5,
Yell out that great.
how many yells is that?
2.
2. Why do I yell before?
So you
Get
can get
yourself
yourself
ready.
confident.
So just like a warrior before battle yells, I'm psyching myself up. Psychologically, so what is psychologically? Having to do with your mind. Physiologically, what is physiology? Your physical body. I'm changing both of those. So I'm changing the physiology of my body and I'm changing the psychology of my mind. How many of you guys have ever, because some of you guys are high rank, so you're teens and adults, and we don't let you break boards with gear on. Well, once you get to a certain rank, how many of you guys have ever been nervous about breaking boards with no gear on? Okay. If you yell, again, what am I thinking? I'm thinking negatively. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't want to do it. When I yell, now I'm verbal. What happens verbally when I yell? I get a lot stronger, right? Okay, so stand up real fast.
Yes, sir.
I want you guys to see just physiologically what the difference is. I want you to just stand, slump your shoulders, put your head down, kind of slouch. All right, take a second. All right, tell me how you feel. You what?
My back hurts.
Your back hurts, okay. What else? Somebody else give me a feeling.
Unprepared.
You feel prepared this way?
The unprepared.
Oh, unprepared, okay. Tired, maybe lethargic, maybe a little sad. Okay, now look, pull your shoulders back, get your chest up, get your chest back, head up, maybe make your arms a little stronger, so squeeze them. Now how do you feel? Who feels powerful? Like I would use powerful probably to describe this verb, right? To describe this position. Does everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that's your physiological response. Your psychological response. Now, everyone, just make your arms strong. Put your arms up strong in a fighting stance, and yell as loud as you can. One more time. Even louder, like you're trying to scare me. Okay. Can you be weak if your arms are strong and you're yelling loud? No. Now, some of you didn't yell because you don't like to yell. I understand. But look, I'm telling you, this makes a huge difference in your board break. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, listening position.
Yes,
You
sir.
can sit all the way down. All right, your process. Now listen, this is kind of a basic of my process. You can add other things in there. You may be like, I don't want to yell before. That's fine. Maybe you can get away with just yelling during. Maybe you don't like to visualize and you want to visualize first before you even come up to set up your board. That's fine. So you can mix and match. Maybe there's something that you know you really need to think about before you board break. You need to add that. Does everyone understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions on process? and
No,
setup?
sir.
Okay.
Go
All right, very good. Thank you guys for watching our videos. We hope you enjoyed it. There's gonna be a couple extra videos right over here. The subscribe button is right up here. Make sure you hit that and then hit the notification button so you get notified when new videos come out. Like our videos, share our videos with your friends. Comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. If there's any questions or any videos you would like us to make, drop that down below as well. And we look forward to helping you become better than you are today.